What is good, y'all? SGG gang, man. It's your boy SmooveGotGame with another Pittsburgh Pirates review video, and today we are coming in a somber mood, man. We just got bounced from the postseason, man, in our first ever trip. Unfortunately, in the walk around, losing 2-0 to the Brewers. If you guys missed out on last episode, it still was a banger though. Still great gameplay coming through. So make sure you guys go ahead and check out that last video to see who won the World Series too as well. That information is back below. But today we're going to go ahead and take care of another off season. We're in full postseason mode. Our eyes are only a postseason or bust all year round, and we're making that push for the World Series now. And I think we actually have the core to do it. And today we're going to be adding to that core in areas that I think will make this team better. Now, of course, to start that out, we have our exclusive free agents, Marco Gonzalez here and Matt Strom, where we'll exclusively get to offer up deals to these guys. And Marco Gonzalez has consistently proven that he's able to come in and still be good, having a career year 2025. Last year we had a great time in the minor leagues. It helped us out in that late postseason push. Matt Strom being great for us in the bullpen all last year. 3.24 ERA, was our setup man for most of the year and one of the best lefties in the bullpen. Both are really old though. Now Strom at 35, it's not uncommon for a reliever to still be good at this point, but the safest thing to do here would be like a 1 year-ish type of deal. About 3.3 million is looking like what it would take to probably get him back. Obviously, I'm not going into the green though because I'm not offering more than that. But Marco Gonzalez is a starter. We're not going to go ahead and sign that deal, but we will be exercising the options for Pete Alonso, making his deal 15 million for this upcoming season, as well as Contender getting his at 8.6 million a year for this 2027 year. So both of those guys will be back on the team, meaning that Cortez is not yet going to take over that first base spot, but he definitely is close. Only 2 overall points less. So he's got plenty to watch out from, and Contender is regressing heavily. So what kind of year can we look at from him, having numbers that went down basically in every category? Of course, you can't expect home runs to always be in the 40s, but RBIs dropped. That could also be due to the lineup average, though, is really what dropped, which is something he can control. He can get on base more often, and he had a good hitter behind him, so they should have been more apt to pitch to him. Now, after we handle though our exclusive free agents, we get into more open free agency, where of course we got our 40-man roster, which I feel pretty good about, not worrying about losing any of those guys in the 40. We have our arbitration offerings, tender contracts, of course our budget, which I saw there was pretty low, 67.2 million. And the reason to that, as I organize this, Mitch Keller's making 15 million, Pete's making 15, Brian's making 13.3 for 4 more years too as well. I don't know who paying that deal, because I don't know how much longer you're gonna be on this squad. Nestor Cortez, 12 million this season, 11 million underneath. So we do have some big contracts that I might look to get rid of to make some more space here, so we can make some big splashes. Because while we go and get these arbitration offers done in the background, my big plan here is to upgrade our rotation. I feel like at times it wasn't as consistent as it could be, and there were games where we got a lot of run support and we weren't able to win because it was just a game that we were inconsistent. I feel like I could have let them more dubs. And then also you saw in the postseason, Cortez and Johan Oviedo failed us. And one thing I did notice about most teams that you see that are going deep into the postseason, they have at least 190 overall starting pitcher. I know we probably don't care much about ratings here in MLB, less than any of the game, but I need to get us a 90 overall somewhere. So that is going to be my main focus, to try to sign a big name starting pitcher and maybe get somebody also in the outfield possibly that could take over center, because Pete Armstrong has not been able to do it. Of course, we'll keep the bullpen upgraded as normal, but those are pretty much the only big moves, because I feel like we have our first baseman, we got DH, we got the middle infield, we got third base covered, although Keith Brian Hayes is getting a little older, but he's great defensively. We got our catcher, we got a good bench, we got good corner outfield spots, although Brian Reynolds' defense is questionable. I think we have the key pieces here to make a very strong World Series team. We just got to find these last 2 spots that I really want to check into. So if you guys can rock with those, you guys think there's other moves we need to make, leave them down below in the comment section. And obviously, we can still make them going into the early part of the season. We can still make trades, but as you can see, Pete's up for arbitration. That's all we're going to offer him. No long-term deal here. Is like I would love to be able to. At 25 years old, he still has yet to show that growth in his bat. The only thing he's really got going for him right now is speed and defense. And then Henry Davis, the big man on campus, of course, he wants like a 5-year, $8.5 million deal, which I guess he kind of has deserved. I mean, he's been our only all-star for just about every season that we've done this series. Batted consistently in the 270 mark, consistently around 20 home runs. If I drop it down to 3 years, though, I can get him for about $3.5 million. That's not too bad. save a little money because obviously you guys know we don't have that much. We only got around 60 million, and we want to make a big splash for starting pitcher. We're going to spend some bread. So let's go around 3 years, 3.5 million. We'll backload it just in case. I don't know why I really like backloading these deals. It kind of like helps you keep that World Series window open a little bit longer. Have to put off that high money for a little bit. So we're backloading this deal to try to hit this 2-year window right here of getting us a championship. We're also going to offer him arbitration just in case he doesn't want to sign the deal. And I guess it's over to our contract renewable offers here, which the only guys that are big names here, Herbert Bill. His deal is up, who we'll probably see at the major league level, at least at spring training. He'll go ahead and just be making 90K or actually 100K. So I actually saw his thing wasn't even full all the way up at 90K. So 110K to make sure we don't lose him. Rob Key, great rookie season. 8 homers, 32 RBIs. Played decent defense and gave us actually, I know it says 234, but for much of the season he was hitting over 300, 280, 290 before hitting that cold streak before the postseason. So he'll definitely earn a little 2-year, 60K contract here. Nick Gonzalez, who is 27 now, potentially even went down to a C. He did great this year at AAA. He's going to have to show me something or he's going to be up off this team ASAP. At 27 years old, you kind of got to, either you're going to be at the major league level or you're not. And if you're not, at 76 overall, I'm pretty sure you can go at least be on another team and have maybe a better career. So we might look at trading him if that's possible. Now, Julian Cortez here, he wants some massive money if you want to try to sign him up for multiple years. I was thinking about making it like one of those big mega deals since he had a great rookie. You probably would expect one after a rookie year like that, but 10 years, 21 million a year is not in the cards right now while we're trying to win the Super Bowl window or World Series window. So as long as I've got him under team control, I am going to sign for this low contract then. 1 year, 90K. You guys can let me know down below if that might be a smart decision. Maybe it'll get more expensive as time goes on, but right now we can't afford it if I want to make these big splashes because I need to spend higher money at other positions to get us this ring. That's just my thought process with it money-wise. Now, obviously, Quinn Priester obviously is another one of those players where he's kind of got to show it this year. He'll probably be traded because we have guys on the free agency market that are like this. Tariq Skubal, although hurt the majority of last season, we've known and seen firsthand how good he can be as a starting pitcher. And there's also Dustin May here too as well, 90 overall. He had a great year last year, 3 years consecutive of having a 2 ERA, but 2 back-to-back as a full-time starter. So we have 2 highly qualified options there at the top. We also have Freddie Peralta, Luis Garcia, Garrett Crochet. I think I said it right. Crochet. I think it's Crochet. Patrick Sandoval, some good lefties there to get another lefty arm in the starting rotation. Center field is kind of just up to Cody Bellinger, pretty much, basically. I looked at left field too, just in case there's any names that kind of stood out to me, maybe that were younger, that would last more than 1 season. But there weren't really any in either category. Now, of course, this isn't all the free agents. These are just the ones that hit the market first. Of course, you still have the exclusive free agents, whether they decide to take their deals or not for that first week. So I started looking at trade options, and the first person that I saw that I wanted to get, Julio Rodriguez out there in Seattle. Great speed, good batting stats, good power too as well. A potential 97 overall. They would want some major things though to go and get this done, because I told you guys I wanted to trade and get some money off the books. Mitch Keller is making the most amount of money right now, and they have a very high budget at $151 million. So maybe somebody like Mitch Keller. It wouldn't let me put Pete Crow Armstrong in here because he didn't sign to his contract yet. So obviously that would be a tough deal to make. We also saw some other options there out in center field with Garrett possibly being an option there too as well, because he's got good speed. And what I'm really looking for in center field is good speed. Cody Bellinger doesn't really have that at 72. Neither did some of these other guys, Chas McCormick, and the works. Didn't really have the speed that I was wanting to get out in center field. So we also have starting pitchers now that I'm going to go ahead and offer these deals to, backloaded of course. But 5-year deal here to Dustin May, 5 years, $100 million. And I'm actually going to offer the Tariq Skubal at the same time because I saw it didn't really affect my surplus that much. So also here a 5-year, $20 million deal backloaded to Tariq Skubal. That way I have a 1 or 2 chance of hitting on somebody. So we're going to simulate forward with those being the only 2 deals that we're worried about right now. So we're going to try to go center field, most likely through trade, just because I didn't like the free agency market. But we're going to go try to sign us a starting pitcher if possible. And the Rays are actually offering a deal. They want Sammy Siani for Jeffrey Springs, who is a 34. See, that deal was a terrible deal. Now we're going back to center field possibilities here. Jackson Chourio. I mean, he's got good speed, 89, good contacts and powers versus lefties at least, but only batted 235, and he's young, so that'd be more of like a prospect move. Garrett Mitchell here at 28 though is ready to come in and make a play here. 280 last season, 17 homers. He's got decent speed. We got Yohan Rojas, also a potential, 26, kind of young, so I mean, plenty of room there. I would love to make this deal work if possible, but they're being extra greedy. Not even Drew Jones at a potential and that young, it's not going to do. He's 23 at a potential. They're still not willing to take it. I even threw Herbert Bill in just to see. They wouldn't even take that. They wouldn't take O'Neal Cruz. So there was just nothing we could do for that. So we ended up going with the Reds and getting Garrett Mitchell there to be our new center fielder, giving up Drew Jones. So bye-bye to him. He just was not developing well with the minor league system. So we're going to keep moving on in a different direction, especially because I can't trade Pete Crow, because I would have traded him first, honestly, to save the younger guy. But going back in and checking on our different deals here for our starters. Dustin getting a little too close here, so I'm going to go ahead and remove that up for the Phillies. I actually wanted to look bullpen here too, just in case, get us another lefty here. Jojo Romero is the best lefty left available. 386 ERA last season, 71 Ks in 63 innings. Definitely could be worth a look there. So we're going to offer him a deal and get above the Braves. And we'll simulate forward to see if he goes and accepts our offer, but he will not. Even though we offer more money and I think one more year, he goes with the Braves. I guess he sees a better chance to maybe win something with them. There goes Garrett Crochet, starting pitcher, going to the Yankees. 4 years, $63 million. And checking in here, Garrett Mitchell. I actually was wondering like why he didn't. So when I first traded for him, he didn't have a deal, and I was wondering what was going to happen with that. He's actually on the arbitration list. So we went in and offered him arbitration just to make sure we didn't lose him. And you see here the Kansas City Royals actually overtake us here for Dustin May, actually getting the bar almost full with a 6-year, $121 million deal. So I definitely want to try to undercut them if possible. So we're going to stay at the 5-year mark though. I don't want to go 6. But if I go 5 years, maybe 110 million, still backloaded, puts us right back on top with almost a full bar. And we end up picking him up. Dustin Makes coming to the Pirates, man. 5 years, 110 million, also about 22 million this season. And there is our new ace. Just that quick and easy. We paged Mitch Keller, who we just traded away for Garrett Mitchell. So, you know, that's one starting pitcher gone. His spot is instantly replaced here with a great righty in Dusty May. 2.90 ERA last year, 2 years of 2.2 ERA, so under 3 ERA. That's just great that we're going to replace him with that. And then right after, we get a 5-year, $102 million deal signee for Tariq Skubal, $20.4 million a season. Now, his last year was undercut a little bit due to injury, but he's actually got a better overall and a little bit better history when it comes to starting long term. So now we've got 2 key starters that's going to come over and take over this roster. And right now, it's looking like Tariq, Dustin. If Paul keeps elevating, Jared keeps elevating, and then we can get Nestor Cortez to have a bounce back year. I mean, he didn't do that bad last year, but I mean, those last 2 starts were pretty bad, and he's seeing regression. This rotation just got a whole lot dangerous, and Johan Oviedo still is competing for that other spot too as well. And then you look at this lineup, bro. If we can get a bounce back from Hayes and Johnson, and we get Garrett Mitchell to hit at the top of the lineup like I want him to, this team is looking deadly. Now we have a couple more moves that we wanted to make. I wanted to trade our older closer, Hunter Strutton, the 30-year-old. We traded him and Mitch Keller, Jeb, for a closing pitcher that was young. He was like 18 years old, B potential prospect, just to get somebody in the minor leagues that can do it too as well, because I plan to move up our young closer to the closing role this season, depending on how well he does in spring training. Now, so we want to get through the rest of the offseason though. Pete Fairbanks going to the Cubs. I accidentally ended up trading or not signing Stephen Grady, so I ended up having to trade for him again. So I ended up having to give up Nathan Church there to the Royals to go ahead and get him back onto the squad. And of course, we got the draft lottery, which we're not going to really compete into here today. Obviously, we made the postseason, so we're just over here with no odds. But shout out to the Athletics, Rockies, and Nationals with the top odds over there on the left. Lowest team being the Cardinals at 13. We'll have to see if anybody moves up at all in this lotto. Loading screens look like GTA loading screens. Gosh, dog. And there, Blue Jays, okay. Going up from 4 to 1. Everybody else kind of stays the same, while everybody that was above them just moves down 1 spot. So everybody else just kind of stays the same. So Blue Jays walking out of there with victory thanks to the lottery. Probably one of the most boring, non-moving draft boards that we've seen. As we go to get here to the end of spring, we got another signee there. We have the Rule 5 draft coming up. don't know if we're really going to be looking for much. Oh, wait, Eric, look, dang it. As I was saying, I wasn't worried about people taking our guys. There goes Eric Lawyer getting signed by the Athletics. I mean, he's good enough to be a starter up here, overall wise and talent wise. We'll have to see if he puts up the stats for it. Now, of course, for us, 77 overall, B potential, 30-year-old reliever, a lefty too, and Alex Vesia. Had a pretty good time with the Dodgers. Has had his whole career with the Dodgers. Back-to-back years of 4 ERAs before having a 3 last year. So, I mean, it's not like we need the bullpen help per se, but Strom, Lucas, Jonathan Loaiza, and then we add him in, that could help out because we also got Jose Leclerc that might be moving to the bullpen if our young closer can go ahead and take over that closing pitching role. I don't really see any outfielders that are worth kind of signing, no infielders. So yeah, I think I will actually go ahead and take at least Alex Vesia here and see if he can do anything for us. Now, it doesn't look like anybody wants to make a second pick in the Rule 5 draft, and neither will we, as that goes ahead and comes to a close. And now we'll see if Alex Vesia ends up making the roster, if he's going to have to go back to his team. Trade here going down with the Astros and Cardinals. Astros getting Tommy Edman away from Arizona, giving up TJ Atone and a couple small prospects. So Arizona or St. Louis working on their bullpen. And we are working on our final roster here. So moving up guys like Alexi Santos up to the major league level roster for spring. Herbert Bill, rookie Kyle McCoy. Can we make it 3 rookies in 2 years that make the roster right off the draft? And Patrick Robert also is going to make it up here too as well to see what he's got. You know, he's hit very well average wise. We'll see if he can continue that up here at the major league level. Brewers are making a 4-year signing there for Vesio. The White Sox are getting Tristan McKenzie. Well, I think I've teed off against before. We should play the White Sox more often. Rays, Ryan Mountcastle to already prove a good bullpen or a good starting rotation that they had. Jake Fraley leaving our division going to the Marlins. Alejandro Kirk going to the Mariners, 4 years, $61 million. Alec Bohm to the Nationals. Kevin Gausman to the Rangers. To Teoscar Hernandez to the Angels. Signings are going dumb stupid right now. We're entering the arbitration period. Bellinger just goes back to the Dodgers. Nobody was wanting to spend that much money on him. He was asking for a lot for somebody of his caliber. They're going to side with Armstrong there, though. Side with Hernandez here for his deal. Side with Peguero for his. So we're down 0-3. Okay, we get Jason Delays, though. So that's 1. We get Colin Herrleman, 2. That's 2. Nolan Arenado going to the Dodgers. At least he's out of our division. But dang, we got to play them, too. Nico Horner going to the Rockies. Looks like they're trying to make a move here. Garrett Mitchell gets his arbitration and they sign with him. So we end up going 2-4 against our players in the arbitration hearings. But that'll at least end it for the offseason, man. I know it was a very quick one here today. I can tell you, there's not a whole lot we got to do. Like, we built this team pretty well through the draft. There's a lot of key pieces that were already here that could be good if they developed right, like Paul and Jared. So, I mean, we had the rotation ready to go. Johan Oviedo just was happened to be a nice surprise. Now we're going to see what Quinn Priester has. Jackson Wolf is still an option. Then over here, hitting wise, of course, we got a pretty good, I think, starting lineup here, but we got to check out everybody that's on the bench. Can Tamar Johnson have a bounce back year? Can Brian Reynolds duplicate what he did last year? Can Santander and Pete Alonso's averages go up? Can Cortez not have a sophomore slump? Can Cruz continue his steady growth going up? How consistent is Davis? What are we going to get out of Garrett Mitchell? Rob Key, will he have a great job on the bench, or will he even make this roster again, or will he have a sophomore slump? Will Pete finally get his act together, having to come off the bench? David Snyder, does he even end up staying up here? Who's going to win the backup catcher battle between Jason DeLay and Ethan Salas? Rick Breeding, who the heck is that? Where did you come from? We have not talked about this for the potential 22-year-old Rick Breeding. Apparently played in Minnesota last season. Maybe I signed him and just forgot about it. I don't know. But will he make the roster as a D potential? Who knows? The Oliver Peguero, can he duplicate it? Patrick Robert, are you finally ready to come up after having good averages? Herbert, are you going to be the star that I need you to be? Lawrence, Taesung Chang, Nick Gonzalez, and Kyle McCoy. Not really expecting much out of these guys, but will any of them shock me and make this roster? So we'll find all that out next time, man. We're going to simulate through spring, show you guys the final roster cuts, and to get to game number 1 in the next video. So if you guys are ready for the year 2027, it'll be coming out here shortly. We're pushing for the World Series this time. We're done playing around. This year, expect a lot more player locks, critical situations to get through. Full games will be more so reserved for key matchups. So there might be some episodes where it's only player locks, critical situations. We won't go down to the minors as much, really focusing and locking in on this major league team and taking our time with it while we do it. So hope you guys are ready to enjoy another season here, where hopefully we're ready to put forward for that wild card round. College Football 25 is on the way soon. Expect plenty of content on that when it drops. I plan on getting the game as quickly as possible so I can drop content for you guys. We will be doing a Road to Glory, which I'll move over to Madden as a superstar, but let me know if you guys want me to do a dynasty on it too as well. The plan right now is to still do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but 2 of those 3 days will be college football, most likely, to get more of that content out, since it will be a hot game, and we'll have 1 day a week where we're focusing on baseball. So let me know how you guys are liking that schedule. I'm trying to get more regular for you guys so you guys can come back and know when videos are out, but also turn that bell on so you know when videos are going live. But it's me, your boy SGG, aka SmooveGotGame, GM Smooth, and I'll catch you guys in the next one, man. Pirates, we out. Later.